Welcome to U.S. Classic Muscle Cars. Please enjoy the next video.
Welcome to the U.S. Classic Muscle Cars show and enjoy the next video.
Hi, my name is Troy Hawks. I live in Houston, Texas. This is the 1970 Plymouth Superbird Hemi Bonneville salt flat world record holder from the Lindsley's family. We have Patty here today, so we can talk with her a little bit. But I recently acquired the car back in December of this past year from a friend of mine, Pete Veit. And I've gone through the troubles of trying to get more details and more description and history about the car. Pete had the car for quite a while, 20 years or whatever. And then I got it, like I said, in December. Through some historic pictures of the car back in the day when it was running Bonneville from 1970, brand new when Patty's grandpa bought it, all the way to about 89, right, Patty? About 89, 80 when they ran the car till? Yeah, somewhere around there. And luckily I found some archive pictures of the car in 1970-71 with this particular paint scheme. So I worked with the firm to diligently try to reproduce the graphics. It is an original Hemi R-Code Superbird with the original motor survived. The paint body is impeccable in the car, and it's been a kind of a whirlwind at this point that that this car is in my garage now, and I'm happy that Patty's here to share this experience with me, and she hasn't seen the car in quite a while, so it's nice having the family involved and a little bit of the history, and I'm learning a lot from her Uncle Gary and herself about the car. It's been a whirlwind over the last couple of months, so that's me. Again, this is the Hemi Superbird. This is the original motor. It's been rebuilt to factory spec. It's the original motor to the car. I asked Mr. Lindsley, Gary, how did this thing survive, as a race car? Well, they ran the motor for 2 years, campaigned it, and then they took it out, they put it in the corner, and they ran some more high-performance motors, fuel-injected versions, what have you. And then when the individual bought the car back in 99, 2000, the motor was still sitting in the corner of the shop, and they got it and they rebuilt back to factory spec. Power steering, 727 column automatic, bench seat. The cool story I love about it is that Patty said Grandpa bought the car and wanted it so Grandma could slide over, and that's why they got the bench seat as opposed to buckets. So, and it's really comfortable. I love driving the car. I'll take it to church, what have you, on a good day, going to the auto parts store, Walmart, what have you. I drive the heck out of my cars. I have a Daytona back at home, and I enjoy that as well. So, but that's a little bit about the car and the drivetrain. Okay, again, Troy Hawks, and we have this whole row of Superbirds. Bob Jennings off into the distance. He's got quite a collection that's here. But on my Superbird, the unique aspect of it is the Bonneville Salt Flat World Record Holder Superbird. It's a Hemi car. I enjoy the heck out of my cars. I have a Daytona at home too, and we have nice days back down in Houston where I live. I'll take it to the auto parts store. I'll take it to the grocery store. I take it to church on a nice day. I'll take it there and drive around, or I'll just get out and go about. I enjoy driving the cars. I've been doing this for 45 years. As long as I've been driving, I've been a MOPAR guy. From regular Roadrunners and Chargers to basically the pinnacle of what I could possibly get as far as the Plymouth goes with the Hemi Superbird. And it just so happens that, this one is the Bonneville Salt Flat World Record holder that the Lindsley's had. And I just feel honored and blessed, and it was just meant to be. It just, the things that happened, how I ended up with the car. The car I sold to get this car, it's actually here, one of the press release Charger 500s, and it's a whirlwind, and then to have Patty here as well to share and experience and to her see it after so many years it's an awesome ordeal, and I'm still blown away by this all. I can't believe I'm here. This is my first MCACN, and then they have me here, so yeehaw, hook 'em horns. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.
Hi, my name's Patty Lindsley, and what you were just looking at is a jacket that my grandfather had. He went over 160 miles an hour in 1958 at El Mirage Dry Lake Bed, and became part of the 160 plus club of the Southern California Timing Association. My family has a long history with land speed racing. My grandfather and grandmother both drove at the 1949 Bonneville Speed Week. And in 1952, he became a member of the 200 mile an hour club in a roadster. He was the first roadster to go over 200 miles an hour at Bonneville. In 1970, they bought a Plymouth Superbird, which is this car that you see here. They took it out to the salt flats, and my dad drove and set a record over 200 miles an hour. They became the first father and son in the 200 mile an hour club. This car for a number of years was the world's fastest production car. He drove, my dad drove at 220 and some change, I think 220.784 or something like that. Set a record at 217 because it's an average of two different speeds. And then in the 80s, I started helping crew with him, and it took me several years, but I finally got to earn my ride. My dad's theory was no hero drivers, so it took a while. It took a lot of years, a lot of sweat, crewing and pitting for him, and then in 84 and 85, I drove this car. I was able to get it to about 213 in a B altered fuel class, and I got a call from Troy, or got some information that Troy had purchased the car and was interested in restoring the decals and things like that, and kind of replenishing the history of the salt flats. And we've been collaborating and getting as much information and historical records as we can get, so that he could have it as part of the history of the car. And here we are at MCACN 2022. The car is here. It looks beautiful. I haven't seen it since 1989. Brings back a lot of memories, and I'm just so happy to be here. They were, it was amazing. I was a very, very lucky girl to be able to spend the time that I did with my dad, to get a chance to ride in a car or drive a car when girls really just didn't do that a whole bunch. And I remember I'm hanging out with him and building motors, and just a lot of fun. Hi, we're going to go through a little bit of the history of the car. This is a picture taken at El Mirage Dry Lake Bed when the car was straight off the showroom floor. There's no decals or anything on it. I think that my dad went 148 in that, out at El Mirage Dry Lake Bed, which is like a 2.25 mile course on dirt. It's a pretty good speed for El Mirage. They went to Bonneville in 1970 and ran 199. And then in 1971, they went back, and my dad set a record at 204, having a fastest one-way speed of 206. And that's when he became a member of the 200 mile an hour club. And they were the first father and son to get in the club. In about 1973, they painted the car gray. In 1973, or after Bonneville in 1972, they painted it gray, and he went 211. And then I think it was 1975, he went 221. And that's when it became the world's fastest production car for a number of years. Then it was painted copper. I think a lot of people remember it this color. And that's about when I was able to start participating and going to the salt flats with my dad.
Do we have a picture of you in there?
Yeah, there's a picture of me right there in the driver's seat without my fire suit on. Yeah, I'm ready to run this girl again. So cool to be in it, to sit in it.
After so many years.
After so many years, and you know, the dash, they ran it with the dash the same way. They ran it with the door panels, everything on it the way it came from the factory. All they did was put the racing seat in and take the bench out. 2:13 was my fastest time, and it was against a 2:14 record.
And did you do that in shorts like that?
No. I was in a fire suit, and there's actually some pictures of me in the driver's seat. There's another one of the Superbird. And let's see, there's some pictures of me in the driver's seat back in here. It's me wearing a borrowed fire suit, pants, and my dad's shoes with my grandpa. That was before I was doing my licensing runs in 1984. Here I am in the seat with, you know, my dad kind of getting me psyched up to make the pass, and suited up and ready to go. And then this is my dad, Larry. Is an amazing fabricator and motor builder and beautiful person. And then that's me again in the driver's seat. Troy pulled this picture from the Peterson archives, and this is the one that got me the most emotional when I was looking through this stuff, because I'm in the driver's seat. That's my helmet, and my dad is in the push truck, getting ready to push me off the line. This is the starter, Bob Higbee, and that's my grandpa, ready to watch me take off. So.
Cool. Very nice.
Hey Troy, I hope you enjoy my grandfather's car.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, I really dig it. It's awesome, and I'm glad Patty's here to experience it with me. Signing out.
Ready to run this thing again. Okay. I think we need to get this back out of the salt flats, Troy.